Hello, how are you today? Today we've got a sort of like bluish aqua color here. Oh yeah, I did want to start by using some fire to just kind of clear the atmosphere. Who wants to start? For some reason, it's not lighting up. Oh, there we are. Anyway, yeah, I hope you're doing well today. Thank you for joining in. And I can't see who's joining in. I can never see the names of the people unless you type something on the chat. So please don't hesitate to say hello. And yeah, we're gonna get started with the card reading here in a little bit. Anyway, so I just came back from vacation not too long ago, and wow, it's been a pretty intense month. The last couple weeks, I think I talked about this like before I left, that I felt like I was starting this new level in my game. And wow, have I definitely been feeling it. It's like whole new challenges and um yeah, and also revisiting, I guess, past experiences, yeah, and past situations and seeing them with a different perspective. And not that I regret anything, or maybe some stuff I'm like, well, I could have handled them better or whatnot, but in the end, it is what it is, and you did what was right in the moment. That's what I keep telling myself, right? It's what you feel in the moment, and as long as you're respecting others and you're doing what feels right for you and what comes from your heart, that's what counts. If it's coming from the ego, some stuff, that we do some stuff, we then realize, oh, maybe that was coming from the ego a little bit more, but then again, if you feel like maybe you've done something to hurt someone and there are your real friends. I was thinking about this the other day, is that true friends always find their way back no matter what. You'll feel the moment to reach out to them, or they will feel the moment to reach out to you, or you will just randomly bump into each other. That's the way things like this happen, and I've had that happen with people before. But it's, if the universe was telling you to let go of someone at some point, it's like, or a job or a situation, and you did it. Yeah, usually another thing that happens too is usually when we feel that we're kind of like in a rut in our journey or something, we tend to kind of look back and want to reach out to people from our past, or get back into situations that don't serve us anymore, because we're like, well, that person wasn't so bad. I kind of missed this about this person, or oh, I kind of missed being working, for example. I'm thinking about like, oh yeah, it wasn't so bad. Maybe I should go back to working in a company again, stuff like that. But I'm like, I know why this is happening. I see it. I felt this way before, and it's just like, for now, it's like, okay, I know that things are not going to stay like this, because I have this moment of like really needing to slow down. There's not much going on, and that is how I feel like a lot of you might be feeling, especially if you're tuning into this, is that maybe not much is going on in your life right now. It's like, yeah, like you're looking around, okay, what's the next thing, right? Or you've done certain things for a while and you're like thinking, I need to do something new. What is the next big thing, kind of? Oh, you can see the arm of my plant here. Anyway, she likes to be on video sometimes. Anyway, yeah, I'm just kind of like rambling on here, but I'm gonna pull out some cards and maybe get some more, messages around what I'm saying, or maybe something, of course, for you, because this card reading is always for people tuning in at the frequency that you're tuning into, and no matter when you're listening to this, there are some messages for you and for me. There's always messages for everyone. So let's see what comes out here. This is another deck I haven't used in a long time, actually. And I always drop the cards. Hold on. I'm gonna I'll pick it up later, because then I end up just picking one at a time. Okay. Let's see if there's like a couple more that can come out here. These are big cards. These are like really difficult to shuffle and like two. See, they're like really huge. This is not my favorite kind of deck, but okay, I think that's good. Let me just pick those up for you guys. But I like that it focuses on the elements. Oh, two actually came out here. Well, that's actually not bad at all. Okay, so yes, that's like perfect right now. We got the Hermit. Okay, can you see that? Like, you know what? I like this lighting, but it's like maybe a little too bright. Yeah, so the Hermit definitely resonates with me right now. That's how I've been feeling. Maybe a few of you as well. It's like, okay, back to hermit mode again. It's like we were in this cocoon for a while at the beginning of the year, maybe, or somewhere around there. But still socializing, perhaps not quite, like really hermiting, but still wanting to do things. And I feel like it's kind of back into that mode. Maybe the same way, still like, okay, still talking to certain people here and there, whoever reaches out and stuff, but it's a moment of self-discovery still, and so you've got to like really listen to yourself and what you're feeling about situations or people, and don't listen to what others are saying about that situation or that person. But yeah, spend a lot of time meditating, right? So it's not necessarily fully hermit mode. It doesn't feel like to me like that, but yes, definitely a lot of introspection and self-discovery happening for a lot of us. And then we got the Five of Water, this one right here. So this one to me, oh gosh, I think this lighting is not ideal. I've been trying several things. I'm so sorry if this is not clear. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's okay. So it says things not turning out the way you hoped, not seeing the positive in a situation, or crying over spilled milk. So, some one or two, or maybe all of this might resonate. Definitely resonates for me. I'm still kind of, like seeing, maybe not seeing the positive in certain things that this recently happened. But I mean, I do, and at the same time, I think I'm considering more like it's easier to focus on the negative than on the positive. I think, but definitely there's so much positive. And when I look at everything that happened over the summer, it was like super cool. Like I got to see my sister. I talked with my family, which was very interesting. But I think it was good for us to start like communicating again and stuff. And then I met new people. A few weird things happened. I don't want to talk about it, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, a few weird encounter, or nice but weird. I don't know how to explain it. So it was like kind of revisiting old patterns a little bit. Like, oh, it's kind of like the universe sometimes presents you situations where it's like, well, are you going to react the same way that you used to, or are you going to control yourself, or are you going to be this way or that way? It's like, and I think I kind of did something that I wasn't supposed to, but in any case, we learned from our mistakes. And yeah, at least, I don't feel the same way as I used to before about, this kind of situation. But maybe, it's, yeah, I'm still seeing, always switch to what's the positive, right, in every situation. Yeah, so anyway, that's the Five of Water. And then we've got the Eight of Air. Eight of Air. So that's unicorns. Oh, cute. I like unicorns. And this one says, an illusion of being trapped, a lack of self-confidence, afraid to take action. I'm giggling, but in a way, I guess, yeah, it is an illusion, right? Sometimes we feel like we're trapped. Or like I said, I was saying before, it's like you don't know what the next thing is. It's like you're like, okay, it's telling me the universe. It's this is something that even came up before, and I had even said this. Like I remember in a podcast, a clear message came through that it's going to be pretty slow. All this, these next months. Enjoy the summer. I said this. I remember, like, enjoy it for what it is. Do what you need to do, and things are going to move a little faster at the end of the year. I said that, and it's like, but we get this feeling of like when things are not moving fast, sometimes you may take that kind of like boredom for like or it's like that sensation of just not doing much and feeling peaceful, actually, because you can be peaceful in these moments where you don't have a lot to do, but you take that as boredom or as you're trapped, that things are not moving fast enough, and maybe lack of self-confidence, is afraid to take action because um, you're feeling like you don't know what to do anyways. So but that's the thing, right? I don't know. This one for me, I'm not sure how it could apply, because I don't really know what to take action in. Like it's like a lack of self confidence. Well, it could be, maybe in another area, not necessarily in like what I want to do, because there's some there. I need to gain a lot of clarity there. But it's like like I feel like a lot of us are more like thinking, well, what should I take action in? Or maybe a few of you, that's what this one came out like. Maybe a few of you are lacking self confidence in something very specific. So, yeah, and see what resonates for you in that one. But that's, eight of air. So it's like, for me, so air is very related to all the, has to do with the thoughts and everything. Unity is the next one that came up. Unity. So, yeah, traditional viewpoints or methods. Spiritual organizations seek out mentors and like minded friends. Yeah, okay, so that's another big thing. I don't know about you, but for me, it's been a lot about, well, being my own mentor, really, in these times. And because whenever I feel like I'm reaching out for help or trying to find guidance from someone, I end up like not feeling too good about it in the end, because or like if I lean too much on someone, like it's never a good idea to do that, in my opinion. Maybe, for the time being, and when you need that guidance, and I always encourage that, even for people that reach out to me, and it's been like that, it's just a short moment of time where they might need my guidance or my help, and I don't like to create that codependency kind of thing. I don't think it's a good idea, and that this can be seen in relationships and families all the time, right? How people really just kind of cling on to others and feel like they need to either, for example, let's talk about parenting styles, for example, right? It's like some parents are, I guess they call this in the United States like helicopter moms and stuff, like when they feel like they need to be on top of their children all the time. If not, they're gonna make mistakes and all that. And I mean, yeah, that's sort of that for me is an attachment, like an insecure kind of attachment to your family, because yeah, I mean, you got to let people make their mistakes, right, and learn from them, and be there for them when they're asking for help. And but not be overly protective. So, I mean, when we've had parents that are like that, then we either are like that ourselves and don't like it, so we like avoid it, and we avoid it, and then we end up sometimes even being the completely opposite, because we don't want to be like our parents, or we just completely reject that side of us and are like, I am not like that at all, and we just, some people just, like I said, are just completely the opposite. So wait, did I say that correctly? let me rephrase that again. So when you have that, let's say, shadow aspect of you, I want to make sure that this is clear, because I think this is important. You have that shadow aspect of you, right, from your parents. So let's say they were over, or one of them was overprotective. So what happens with you is that this is literally a shadow aspect of you, especially if you don't like that about your parents, and you don't know how to work with that kind of energy, then it's your shadow aspect. So you don't like it, right? And what happens is that you end up not being like that at all. You reject that completely, and you just completely be opposite, right? Whereas another person might be like that, and they're still doing it, except they don't like that about themselves, but they can't help being overprotective, so it's like it could be either or. It's like, but in any case, it's got to be something that you don't like, right? That's part of shadow work, and this is something that I really want to go deeper into. I think I'll be giving more information about this if we do a workshop on, because I'm probably going to be doing a workshop on shadow work. But that's something that you have to look at, right? What are the things that you can't really stand about your parents, for example? That's one aspect that you have to look at in terms of your shadow work, and see where this could be controlling your life and your reactions with people, right? So anyway, we're probably gonna do something like, or a live or something where we talk more about this. But I think it's gonna be more of a workshop, because it could be something more structured. And I think it could be something a little bit more where people can sign up, and like we could really help people go through some shadow work. So yeah, stay tuned for that. I do want to work on this thing. So anyway, let's see. I think I said all of them already. Yeah. So okay. So we got the one for unity, right? So maybe it's about this time. It's about, for me, what resonates right now is being your own mentor, but also look out for people that are actually more on your wavelength. Maybe you've outgrown certain people or certain mentors right now, and this is why the hermit mode is happening. That need to be a little more like I guess retracted from what other people are saying, or trying to convince you that you are, or that labeling you sometimes perhaps, or saying, oh, this is what I see in you, so this is what you're gonna do or whatnot. Okay, that's their opinion, right? But what do you feel? What do you feel like doing as well? And what sparks joy in you? And what sparks joy in you? I always like to bring it back to that. Let's pull out one more card from my go-to deck. Let's see if anything needs to be said from there. How much longer have I been here? Oh, okay. I only like to keep these like 20 minutes, not longer. So let's just pull out whatever comes through here real quick. Oh, there we go. Okay, we got 2 cards. The Fool. So the Fool, for me, this one is about seeing things from a different perspective. And maybe, I don't know, for some reason, this came through about like maybe looking at your inner child a little more, because it needs attention right now. And I think that could be, that's definitely for me, and then maybe for a few other people. And I know the Fool is probably not. I don't know if this card is even related to that, because I say I don't usually follow what the tarot meanings are. It's more like the image I see. There's a very young person there, and then they have a little dog, and then they're like going on a journey, right? It's like going on this journey for like self introspection. I think that's a good way to see it. Then you got the Knight of Swords. So it's okay. So this one to me is like you're ready to go, right? Ready for action. But maybe, some of you, like with the other ones, are kind of afraid to take action in some situations. So that's like a sign for you to like do something, like go and get out there and do stuff. Even if it's not something specific, like go out and put yourself out there, go out and meet new people. Let life happen to you, and that way you'll attract things that are really meant for you. It's not about like, oh, what's the solution here, or and look it up and see where can I go, what can I do. Maybe look up something, but like look up what to do for fun, or something that may really interest you, and go do that. And just by doing that, you will start meeting people that are really more in tune with your energy. And but really focus on that, and like not like where can I go to, let's say, for example, I'm just gonna say an example. The other day I was gonna go to a network, what's it called, like an event, like, but it seemed like it was more geared for like businesses and stuff. But I was like, maybe I could meet people to develop my business there or something. But in the end, I decided not to go in, because there's some kind of synchronicities kind of told me not to and stuff. But like when I was on my way there, but I mean, you also gotta like decide like what places are actually where you can actually meet people that are kind of on the same wavelength as you. And that is really complicated sometimes. But and usually we know people more online than in live, like in person. But I'm just really grateful for the connections I have online. It's been really amazing. But I do think it's time to like start creating more like real connections in my reality. So I've been working on that. Oh, it's really funny what happened to me the other day. like for this is a clear example, right? It's like, so I was just walking and then all of a sudden I see this running store, and it had been a long time since I haven't looked at running shoes and stuff, and I wanted to see what new products they have. And so I walked in there and I started talking with the guy, and he kind of noticed that I was knowledgeable, in terms of like the products and stuff. So he's like, "Oh, you're not looking for a job, are you?" Because they were looking for a store manager. I'm like, "Ah, that would have been my dream job like a few years ago, And I had this like moment of really wanting that job. And I was like, you know what, just, we'll keep in touch. I'll think about it and stuff, and see where my options are and stuff. And then in the end, I decided not to apply for that because I still sent in my resume just in case I had somebody for like part time. I was like, yeah, why not part time? Do that. That'd be fun, but not manager. Just at the running store, because it's a specialized running store. I love specialized running shops. And so, I made a new contact. The guy was like, yeah, anytime, just stop by and grab a coffee. And I'm like, oh, sure. So there you go. Oh, that's funny. It's got the lover's card right here in the bottom. So, not talking about me, I don't know, this guy or whatnot. Maybe some of you are like either thinking about someone or someone new is going to come into your life. That's what's coming through. Yeah. If you want to have a personalized card reading, I do those. So if you want to know more about, you and how these cards could we could dive in deeper, definitely book a session with me. I'm just saying. But yeah, it's the lover's card came out for someone there. I just saw it and I was like, oh yeah, that's something important. I'm like, I don't want to, make ideas in my head about for myself, because I don't want to like attach to anything. But I have getting a few getting a few signs about the lover's card for myself, and yeah, I don't know, got a lot of stuff to think about. So no, maybe not think about, maybe more like feel about. Like we gotta really be more in, for me, my opinion is like we've got to be more in our hearts, when we're doing things and thinking about stuff. It's, well, we think about them, but how do you feel about it, right? Yeah, like yeah, anyway, I don't want to go too deep into that, but because it's been 22 minutes. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that, and I'll see you guys again next week. Bye.